Afternoon and congratulations. I applaud each one of you who has decided to sacrifice, who has decided to fast in order to be here in solidarity. I want to say thank you very much. I also want to thank my lead lawyer. She's here, Beatrice. She came all the way from Gulu. She's a member of the Uganda Law Society. So I'm going to be very, very brief. I am going to be very, very brief. I hope. Women in the front lines, enforced disappearances, political prisoners, and the fight for freedom in Uganda. And in the wake of the theme for this year's celebration, giving to gain. We say that when women share ideas, their ideas, we know that that is when real lasting change begins, because it's about commitment. We didn't have to pay her. She traveled from Gulu, got harassed at Luzira. Her own experience is also traumatizing. Traumatizing. She's not a politician, active politician like me. Everybody went through trauma. But why are they still resilient? My PA traveled everywhere, including Kasenyi. Enforced disappearances. The fight for freedom is not only about us. You, the friends, the families have the burden of that fight. For us who were in, I don't know where, because from the time we were arrested, your face is covered in a hood, very scary. And you have somebody sitting on your hand and, you know, and then they change you to another car, you're still there, then somebody you don't know is abusing you, is telling you how you have killed people. And they abducted me when I was going to the bathroom. You are half naked. Yes, you're half naked. You know, yeah, and all that. And you have I have nothing on my legs. The timing was, I don't know why they do it. Kaija, they did that. Dr. Sarah, they did that. Me, they also did that. So I barely put on a dress. I had already removed the panties. Yeah, I was going to the bathroom. So I'm saying these are my neighbors, let them come in, and then they wait, and I finished to bathe. Then, you know, it was coming towards 7, and it's the time for Holy Rosary. Then they said, no, we are actually not your neighbors, and we are not even your visitors. You are coming with us. Just like that. The dress you saw straight is a night dress. Thank God it was a cotton night dress that I had, you know, barely put on. The strive, you know, the fight for freedom. You are abducted in the most inhuman way. And you're a lawyer, you're a mother, you're a grandmother. Naked. People sit here. And then up the road, because where the road ends is where I saw at the petrol station the escort car with military and they had really meticulously monitored that day. And so I was changed to another car, but before that, I don't even know where it was. Somebody comes and says, you have killed people, and you know, we've been monitoring you, we can analyze you, and so on. Me, I am St. Michael, the archangel, defend us in the day of battle. That prayer is real. So, after they changed to another vehicle, they said, oh, we are taking you to Jinja. Oh, we are taking you back. Before I knew it, when they removed the hood on my face, she was there seated on her king mattress. When we saw each other, it was like we were high school students who had missed this class. Well, and I think I'm the trouble causer always. Yeah, you agree? I was restless. And in that process, it also ended us in a problem. And we were supposed, the fight for freedom. When we were in Conquerado, the families didn't know what was happening. For some reason, I was supposed to be put on water. I drink a lot of water, so I wasn't given water. And when I shared with the doctor, because the doctor's role is to make sure I am alive, we are alive, yeah? And I said, I needed to drink water. And so this person who was taking care of us was very annoyed. As soon as the doctor left, they came in and dressed with their, camouflage and hit the wall. That was already in tears. Jolly was already in tears. Me, I was with Mother Mary. And the fight for freedom. We were punished. We were given to drink hot water in the morning for breakfast. Then that afternoon we were made to drink 3 liters of water. 3 liters. And the weather was like this. When you drink water, do you have to drink 3 liters at a go? No. And must you drink it with people hitting the wall and, with the jerrycan, they are kicking the jerrycan and bringing jerrycan. So, for some reason, I had to remain focused. I drank that 3 liters of water. And boiled. You understand the fight for freedom. And of course, we would reflect a lot. We didn't know whether my house was closed or not and stuff. I worried. We would worry. But faith helps. Faith helps when you pray. And of course, the day we were picked, it was a Thursday, 4th of February. I had just started the novena of Mary and Dew of Notes. And I went to a corner and I decided to have my own adoration. I said, Jesus, you are here present. You have demystified the walls, and please, today we are going to live. Indeed, lo and behold, we were picked. I was picked at 6 something, coming to 7. And I wanted to drink some water. Okay? Of course, now, what were we fed on? You want to know? Beans, posho, beans not fried. And morning was porridge. I love porridge, by the way. I love porridge. But of course, the circumstances, and then the lack of sunshine, and the lack of exercise. So, and then the lack of communication. She would be interrogated, but me, I wasn't interrogated at all. I don't know why I wasn't interviewed. You were interviewed, and then you came back. All you wanted was communication. The quest is how you are kept away from communication. How you are kept away from the world. Do not take your freedom for granted. The fragility of freedom. For all those days, from 15th of January to 4th of February, we were kept in one room. 3 of us. Mattress, down, and the UPDF bed sheets and stuff. While our colleagues, our families, our friends would go to court and apply for habeas corpus, and they would say they don't have us. So, what is the lesson for us? This is to scare us. This is to make us look the bad. In my view, you are the problem. Shifting the guilt. But it's not participation in politics about who is right, who is guilty, who is not. It's for us to deliver on the mandate, I thought, of Article 29, among others, freedom of association, and all those ran in mind. Then as a judicial officer, as a lawyer, I was like, okay. Sincerely, this was not an arrest, this was an abduction. What will I do? And what do we need to do? At that time, the only thing that makes sense is prayers. She was like, she had a lot of sleep because she had been running all over her constituency. In fact, I was annoyed with her that she was sleeping and I was not sleeping. On a lighter note, But of course, we bonded so much, and with our third person, whom we believe is still, I think, there. We found her there. She had been abducted on the 8th, a young woman, a businesswoman, abducted on in October. She had spent there already 100 days, isn't it? And she kept telling me I was talking too much, I would fail and I would be there. Then I told her, I'm talking too much, I will actually leave you here. You see, at one point I even told her I'm going to start kicking the door, you know. So, for us, what are the lessons we're going to take? Because it's not about my experience. Well, one, take your prayers very seriously. Take your prayers and your faith absolutely very seriously. Two, give time to your families. A lot of your time, give to your families. Those were the times I regretted when I would have to play with my grandchildren and give time to your families. Amen. Amen. If you have any strained relationship with your families. 3, delegate. I delegated. Everything I did was to delegate. As a women, we must learn to delegate. 4, belong to many organizations. Your social capital is very critical. Many women came through FIDA Uganda. Individual women like Mercy, came together. I'm about to finish. You want to lead? Yeah. Have your groups that you trust. Have people that you trust. Delegate even when it comes to finances. Delegate. It's very important. And then, of course, your social capital includes those in your places of worship. People prayed. People prayed and exposed the Holy Eucharist. Gulu, the Watoto Church. People prayed. Touch people's souls, not their pockets. Touch their souls, touch their hearts. Strive to touch people's hearts. Because if you don't touch people's... Dr. Stella Nyanzi's testimony, I'm so humbled. Because I did that as a mother. She was already there and they had denied her children to travel alone. Today, me had already forgotten. But today, indeed, Angelo, Maya, she is right when she said, people will forget how you dressed. People will forget how you spoke. People will forget how you laughed. People will never forget how you made them feel. Let us continue to make that, to ensure that we touch people. In fact, if each one of you was supposed to tell me something, I would be surprised. But of course, as human beings, we hurt people. There was also some side of me where I was hiding to my family, and they painfully discovered it when I was not there. You understand? So we accept our humanness, but we must build our social capital. And when the chieftaincy of the Lubarakari, the chiefdom, came up. I remember there's a lady called Tiko, and then I also remembered there is one of our lawyers, Mercy. We also had some engagements with them earlier. So engage with the people, sacrifice, and sacrifice. That is very important. As I end, there is now the UN rallying women and girls, and also the advocacy for us to demand equal rights and equal justice, to enforce and exercise and enjoy those rights, but as political women in politics. How do we actually ensure strengthening access to justice for us? What could have been done really to prevent? Because for us, she went to a hotel, me, I stayed home. We were all abducted. What can we do smarter and safer? It's a question to all of us. What can we do in the current situation? Because we are dumped with those trumped up charges with a warning. If you speak out, we know where you stay, we shall pick you. Yes, if you speak out, we know where you stay, we track you. Now your phones are no longer safe. They are not. They are tracking them. At one time I was like, maybe these people who reported. No, they tracked us through the phones. And we need to go in solidarity also with Dr. Zahara, her husband. She's a member, she's a lawyer. That solidarity helps to make you stronger. It's a soldier to lean on. There's something to anchor. And what is it also that we can do together with the radical NUP to make our presence under the circumstances relevant? Because we're all targets. We are all targets. What are some of the safety measures we can take? We need to think outside the box and without the box. Today is for women, and it is a belated Women's Day commemoration. I'm very humbled to be engaging with you people, to have been, awarded. And the theme is give to gain. It's timely. Give to gain. Social giving. Giving is not only about money. It's about yourself. It's about Beatrice spending herself. All of you coming. My PA risking it all. What really inspired you to do that? There is something. What inspired you? And then even now this award. I'm not very active. I used to be very active. A member of the Uganda Law Society. But I transited, retreated, or whatever it is to active politics. How can we be more active and safely so? So my question to all of us, as we commemorate giving to gain, as we reflect, is about, is each one of us the next target? How do we make that to fail? That is very important. Because I know when we were called, I almost didn't come. And each time now I'm out of the house, the family thinks I'm up to some trick, and they are on tender hooks. In fact, they're about that fright. How do we make it possible that they do not have to be so frightened? She doesn't have to be so frightened. Her own neighbor cut off his mango tree because the soldiers were sleeping up in the mango to watch whether she's coming back when she had been abducted. My own home, they are still. So, we don't know at what point we are going to be regaining our freedom fully. And of course, the court case, we don't know, but there is need now for all of us to think through so that we're not ambushed with another, another scenario. And what can I say? Let's enjoy the moment as we're still alive. Let's enjoy the moment. Dress up, show up.